Here's a quick informal Batshelf tour on Stoger's Shelf. This is the beginning of my Batman shelf with some sort of random Batman books. Start off Batgirl Year One. I think these Year One books are pretty good across the Robin or Nightwing Year One. Obviously the Batman Year One is the gold standard there, but this book with art by Marcus Martin is a great find. Highly recommend it. I think this is what the Batgirl movie was going to be somewhat based off of, but that is still shelved. Main villain in here, or one of the main villain in here, is Firefly. Also have a very thin trade here of one of the printings of The Killing Joke. This Alan Moore, Brian Boland classic story, also related to Batgirl, and is reprinted in the other books that I'll talk about in a second, which is the Batman DC Finest, Killing Joke, and Other Stories. So I have some Ollie's finds of Batgirl Burnside and the Gail Simone Batgirl. I just picked these up within the last month or two, so I have not read these yet. Back from when I was a kid, I have some of the Batman movie adaptations. I loved these books as a kid. So the Danny O'Neill and Jerry Ordway Batman original motion picture, Batman Returns, and then Batman and Robin. Not as good, but picked up that somewhere along the way. Sword of Azrael, great art by Joe Quesada in this book. Some 90s stuff. Azrael is the person who temporarily replaced Batman after the events of Nightfall back then. Legends of the Dark Knight. My dog is deciding to bark as I'm doing this. Legends of the Dark Knight. Some different random stories in here. Nightwing Year One. Chuck Dixon, Scott McDaniel. You got Two-Face as a major villain in here. A little developing that relationship between Robin, Nightwing, and Superman. You'll read some Superman comics. You'll find out that when push comes to shove, the original Robin is Superman's favorite Robin. Batman Year One. This great book. Highly recommend this for anybody. I have this next to my copy of Dark Knight Returns. And then, because these kind of bookend, at least for Frank Miller, his views on Batman. So if this is the end, although there's sequels to this, this was the beginning, Year One. You have Dark Knight Strikes Again. Not as strong in my opinion. His art style changes, but picked it up to see what it's all about. And then I got this one super cheap, Batman Dark Knight The Master Race. This was the sort of this third sequel of what's going on there. Next, Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, Batman Earth 1. This was sort of a different tale of a different universe of Batman starting over. Very similar, at least in concept, to what the Batman movie from a couple years ago is set up as, in the sense that you're following Batman and Alfred in that Year One, Earth One setting, unencumbered by other things. Love the art in this book. I picked this up at Ollie's. As you can see, I never fully took the sticker off. Actually, there is a single thick trade with all 3 volumes that I would highly recommend. I do like the hardcovers. These are hardcovers that both Marvel and DC were doing a little while back without any sort of dust jackets on them because of the way that they have the cover texture set up. These are really nice, and I actually accidentally tried to rebuy the volume 1 on eBay thinking I was getting the hardcover for a couple bucks on sale, but never did. But it was the soft cover still. So the villains across these, you got Killer Croc in here. You have cameos by Catwoman. You have Two-Face, Penguin, the Riddler, all sort of reimagined in this universe. Good stuff. Then Batman The Long Halloween. I got this one used. As you can see, there's a big crease up here. Love this book. Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale, following sort of the holiday murders over the course of a year. Amazing book. When also followed up by Batman Dark Victory. This one has more of a focus with Robin in it. And then there's the Catwoman book with When in Rome. The third part of that series is Batman Haunted Night. Not as strong as the other two, but worth picking up. And then recently, even though Tim Sale's no longer with us, there is a sort of a sequel book that was released, but I haven't picked that one up yet. Batman For the Kind. This is just something that kind of got used along the way. It's just a collaboration of different stories of Poison Ivy, Riddler, Scarecrow, Man-Bat, things like that. Then I have some future books, but not much. So Batman Beyond with Hush Beyond. I loved the Batman Beyond cartoon as a kid. And then this Batman White Knight by Sean Murphy. These books are great. DC Black Label book. Highly recommended. I need to pick up sort of the other volumes in here, but it's a very interesting story in here. And that's part 1 of the Batshelf.